Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Let's start with today's stories. Am I the idiot for kicking my 72-year-old mother-in-law out of the house at night because she threw away my things? I, 36, female, live with my husband, 41, male. I have a decent relationship with my mother-in-law. Compared to a lot of the horror stories I hear from friends, she's quite sweet and warm. She is, however, a little over-controlling? Overprotective? I'm not sure of the exact word, but she has very strong ideas about things and no sense of boundaries. For example, when she stays at our house she takes over the kitchen completely and insists on cooking all our meals. She cooks wonderfully, but she won't let me help her at all, and puts everything away in the wrong places, and then insists that her way is more logical. She only really comes for holidays, though, and I do like her a lot. So I don't mind putting up with these mild annoyances. I'm currently pregnant with our little girl, who will be born in a few months. This is a miracle. I really didn't think it would happen, especially so late, but we got lucky. When my mother-in-law heard, she was super excited and said she would come over to help us get ready for the baby. She offered to stay for the next 6 months or so, to help out, because my husband and I both work long hours and it will be hard to handle the baby on top of this. She is also pretty emotionally invested in this, because she truly sees herself as part of our family. She arrived a few days ago and set herself up, then she started with the cleaning. I like collecting things from garage sales and such. Things like little sculptures and books and baskets, stuff a lot of people would consider utter junk. Our house is definitely overstuffed, but it's reasonably tidy and doesn't seem like a hoarder's house or anything. My mother-in-law, on the other hand, likes everything surgically clean. Yesterday, I came home from work to find the house like a war zone. She went through my cabinets and cleared out everything she considered junk, and had apparently made several trips to Goodwill before I got home. I was really angry and I asked her why she would ever do this. She said the house has to be tidy for the baby, and that it would be dangerous for the baby to be in my cluttered house. Then she took the next huge bag of stuff and tried to walk out the door. I kind of lost it, and I told her she could get out right now. She was shocked that I was serious, and she said she doesn't have anywhere to go and it's so late. It was about 9:30. I booked her a hotel room and called a taxi. My husband came home an hour later, and when I told him what happened, he was furious with me. He says I disrespected his mom and was ungrateful for everything she's trying to do for us. Am I the idiot? OP gives more info in the comments. It's not cluttered. I don't just have piles of stuff lying around, everything is in cabinets and arranged in a visually pleasing way. It's sort of a cluttered aesthetic, but I've had guests over and everyone thinks it's pretty cool. Yes, mother-in-law, is family. I didn't mean to imply she isn't. But I'm not a hoarder. Absolutely not. My stuff is put away and it's all a very intentional part of the decor. My style isn't the same as everyone's, but it's not just junk. Baby is due in 2 months. She said she'd stay for a bit after the baby was born. I'm just going to give y'all a list of all my junk and you can decide if I'm a hoarder. A walk-in closet with a lot of thrifted clothes, some that I altered myself. For quilts in said walk-in closet. An antique wood desk with a typewriter, that is admittedly just taking up space, but it is gorgeous. A lot of wall art, none of it matches, which my mother-in-law hates. But it's all hung properly and intentionally. 2 shelves of fancy china in the dining room, which I'm never going to use, but again, it's displayed purposefully. A coin collection, in Ziploc bags in my closet. 2 ugly end tables. Several rugs from garage sales, that are in use, not just rolled up in a corner. 2 bookcases of books. You can never have too many books, and fine, books lying around on the coffee table, kitchen table, and couch. A few shelves in said bookcases with family memorabilia and such. Houseplants. A lot of throw pillows that also don't match at all. A tree sculpture with Christmas ornaments and pictures hung on it. Lamps on every table. A geode collection. A spice rack with a lot of little spice bottles. Too many dishes. It fits in 2 kitchen cabinets though. Normal house things. What she gave away, a bag or 2 of my clothes that supposedly aren't practical. A box of books. A bunch of paintings. Some pillows. Dishes. A whole drawer of my rocks. Well, you're not the idiot for being angry that your mother-in-law gave away your stuff without your permission. Not only that, but she also went through your things without permission, which to me is a huge violation of your privacy and trust. She was a guest in your house and she had no right to throw anything away, without talking to you or your husband first. Even though she did what she believed to be the best for you and the baby, and that she thought that everything she threw away was junk, it was still your stuff, your belongings. But I also understand her surprise, and your husband's indignation, for you kicked her out of the house. She is his mother. And the house is his too. There is also the issue of the time you kicked her out. You have every right to be angry about what she did, but I don't take away the reason he's upset too. Now let's read the comments before going to the update. Not the idiot, but you may want to consider why she did that. Your house may actually be cluttered with junk and she was helping. I of course don't have like photos of your house in its previous state, but what she did still was an a-hole move. Mother-in-law definitely overstepped by not previously discussing this with you. But, if you're a hoarder, tidy or not, which it sounds like you are, then you are the idiot. She is correct about cleaning before the baby arrives. Emotional attachments to irrelevant objects doesn't sound safe for when baby starts crawling and mouthing everything and anything. And, she is your family. Not simply feeling like she is. Not the idiot, but who in their right mind invites their mom/mother-in-law to stay at their house 6 months before the baby is due? That's insane, sorry. And with what she previously did, her taking over was to be expected. Not her throwing stuff away, that's also insane. Not the idiot. What the F, you have a husband problem and you probably need to ask him if he gave her the green flag to tidy up. My mom is sorta the same way, but her house can be however she likes it, and threw out some stuff I wasn't ready to get rid of. Well, that's a boundary she won't cross again. You need to talk to your husband and then mother-in-law, but I suspect the husband has some explaining to do. 'Cause this is wild. I feel like OP provided the insinuation when she said, it doesn't seem like a hoarder's house, where she could have said it's not a hoarder's house. That doesn't excuse the mother-in-law, and anyone who's watched hoarders on TV knows that it's not helpful in the least, if OP really does have a problem. I'm not saying she does or doesn't, but she's the one that left that door wide open, propped open, even. But, yeah, not the idiot. As you see, some comments think that based on mother-in-law's previous attitudes, OP should have expected something like this from her. But honestly, I don't see it that way. I would never expect someone to do this, even if they didn't like my stuff, my clothes, or my decor. And even if they were an organized freak, I would never think that she would give my things away, without my permission. Whether they were family or not. Maybe I'm being naive, but that's just what I think. Now let's read the update. Update, am I the idiot for kicking my mother-in-law out after she threw away my things? Thank you to everyone who replied to my post. Appreciate the advice and wishes for the baby. So I talked to my husband after we both cooled down a bit, and I told him I felt let down that he didn't support me. He said it was just stuff, and he didn't think I cared that much. I also asked him if he asked his mom to declutter, and if he has a problem with my things. He said no, he literally has zero opinion about my decor or collections. I believe him, because this is the guy who doesn't know the difference between blue and purple. So he said that's why he thought I overreacted, because in his mind it's just stuff and not nearly as important as a person whose feelings can be hurt. I said that my things matter to me because I've put effort into collecting/fixing them and that some hold memories too. He said he understands and he apologized. We went and brought my mother-in-law home from the hotel in the morning, and I said I was sorry for losing my temper, and asked her if we could talk. She was still upset but agreed. I told her I should have said this a long time ago, but I don't like it when she takes over and doesn't treat my home like it's mine. She seemed offended but she said okay. I told her I would be really grateful if she helps with the baby and I want her in my child's life, but she has to work with me and not just do everything herself. She said but you work, and I said that I know it's not what she did when she had a child, but I want to make this work, and I think I can have a job and also be in charge of my home. She was definitely annoyed but she agreed to everything and didn't argue. So I think it will work out okay. I unfortunately couldn't get my stuff back though, but I have plenty more rocks hidden away. Well, I hope everything goes well for you guys OP. And may the period that your mother-in-laws stay at your home be peaceful for everyone. Oh, and that everything goes well during the birth and that you have a very healthy baby. Good luck OP. And what would you guys do if you were OP? What would you do if this were your mother-in-law? Would you also throw her out? Don't forget to comment below. Oh, and are you enjoying the video? If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the next story. Am I the idiot for leaving my best friend's birthday party over someone she invited? My 20 female friend Sarah, 19 female, and I have known each other since kindergarten. I've considered her a close friend, since we have gone through many life experiences with each other and have had a similar upbringing. We now attend the same college and have the same friend group. During freshman year, we met Tyler, 19 female. Tyler had a dark sense of humor and was entertaining to be around. It was fun to go out with him and just let loose. Tyler and I both ran for an e-board position for one of our university's medical societies, and I got the position over him. After he found this out, he just turned stone cold. He began teasing me in group settings. He would comment on my weight and my race, and would call me racist names, despite us being the same race. When I confronted him in front of the group, he laughed it off and said it doesn't count, and that I can't be offended, since he's Asian too. I also began to hear rumors of him talking poorly behind my back. Tyler began trying to trip me. He would smack into me on purpose and even spit on me. He went around with a form called the OP Hate Club and tried to get enough signatures to make it an official club. He made a private Instagram account where he would take pictures of me without knowing and call me ugly and derogatory names. When I asked to speak with him and how this was unacceptable, he told me that, in words that Reddit will allow me to write, I deserve to get raped by every man on campus. What a disgusting a-hole. Sarah had known about all of this, but remained his friend. This kind of bothered me since she was still friends with someone as horrible as Tyler despite seeing him become aggressive toward me. Sarah invited me to her birthday party last month and I was super excited. We were going to have an overnight trip staying in an Airbnb. I asked if she invited Tyler, saying I would be happy to celebrate with you separately if you wanted to spend time with him. She assured me he wasn't going to be there. After arriving, I hear a voice walking through the door that makes me freeze. Tyler walked through the door and Sarah ran to welcome him. I felt so unsafe and confused at the moment. I went into another room and just went on my phone anxiously. After about 30 minutes, I go out into the living and see everyone around Tyler, whispering and giggling. They see me and all go quiet. Tyler just started laughing. I grabbed my things and left. Sarah started calling me saying that what they were laughing about had nothing to do with me. I told her that I was upset she invited Tyler, since she knew how I felt about him. She told me she didn't think it was a big deal. It's been 4 days, and Sarah has messaged me saying I am an a-hole, since I walked out on her party like that. That I am sensitive, and that I am immature for not just getting along with Tyler. I honestly am questioning our whole friendship. I want to block Sarah out of my life after this, despite being friends with her for 15 years. Am I the idiot for leaving her birthday party? Girl, that person is not your friend. Why would a true friend invite someone who threatened and bullied you to a party that she made sure you would be there? Why would she stay friends with someone like that? It would be different if she didn't know what he's like, and the bad stuff he did to you, but she does. She knew how he would act towards you. She knew how you would react to him. Either she was too naive or she wanted something like this to happen. This doesn't make sense. Unless she thinks like him, which is even worse. Stay away from this person, OP, she is not your friend. She'd rather be friends with a disgusting, jealous criminal than have you in her life. Stay away from these people and report this idiot. Whatever the reason be, she's not acting like a friend. You may consider her a friend, but unfortunately the feeling doesn't seem to be mutual. But anyway, you're not the idiot here, OP. You have every right to leave a situation in which you were uncomfortable, especially when there is a criminal stalker in the same room as you. Good luck, OP. Now let's read the comments. Not the idiot. You need better friends. I'd also document all of this and file a harassment claim. Not the idiot. She set you up and is now trying to gaslight you into believing you're in the wrong when the a-holes are her and Tyler. She's not your friend. How low is your bar that she's titled as your best friend, but does shit like this? It sounds like everyone attending that party associated with that tool are just sentient pieces of shit. Man, what is wrong with people? No, not the idiot. At all. Definitely seek out appropriate authorities to get this dealt with properly. What he's doing to you is not right. Not the idiot. You had legit reasons for feeling unsafe around this person. Don't ever second guess that feeling. Sarah isn't your friend. And what advice would you guys give OP? What would you do if you were her? Please leave your comments down below. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.